Welcome to Controversies of the Day. My buddy, Logan.
And Jay.
Logan, these elderly politicians, they just won't go away. They just won't go away, my friend. What are we going to do with them? Well, nature took its course. I don't know if that's what we should say, but Dianne Feinstein passed away. We talked about Senator Feinstein a little bit. Again, the whole situation, it's wacky as all heck. I mean, to this day, there's still people out there believe Democrats are for the little guy. No, I'll bring it all back. But if you checked out what she's worth, kids, have you checked it out? You can't even get a straight answer on the internet. I mean, there's one thing saying that her kids are going to be fighting over her wealth, which is like 60 something million, but then there's $100 million property that. So that's like another $31 million. What are you talking about? Plus, her husband, Richard Bloom, is a billionaire. The whole thing. What is wrong with you people? There's just it's just so much wrong. I wish you'd get this notion out of your head. Nobody's for us, the little guy. Okay, it ain't happening. They can lip service all day long. Just look into them. Okay, if they really care, they can just give out of their own pocket. A lot of them, like they can do a lot of damn good if they gave out of their own damn pocket. Anyway, Senator Feinstein passes away, and her body comes from D.C. because she has a mansion in D.C. and then she comes back to California, her home state. And who's there? Your favorite. If I don't see her each day, I miss her. Gee, what a thrill. Each time I kiss her, believe me, I've got a case on Nancy Pelosi. I'm sorry, I lost my mind. Hoagie Carmichael or Johnny Mercer just took over my body for a second. Sorry about that. I don't know which one wrote that. Anyway, Sinatra had a nice little hit with that one. Kind of weird, though. It's like to his daughter. But anyway, Nancy with the laughing face. She is going to seek re-election next year. What are you doing, lady? Your colleague, the senator, her body comes back. She's there with a bunch of other, dignitaries to I don't want to say greet the body. It sounds odd. Don't you get it, Nancy? We all got a timeline here. We don't know when. We don't know how, right, Logan? We don't know how. We don't know when. But at some point, death and taxes, two things we just can't get away from, right? You're not immortal, Nancy. What are you doing? You and Paul and your insider trading, and you've had a damn good run here, hasn't she? I mean, but you like to call her Pelosi.
Well, that's not even the most interesting topic. So she's gone, and Newsom decided to fill her spot.
Yeah, well, as he has the power to do. Yeah.
So he fills the spot, and
I know her. She's got an interesting name.
She doesn't even live in California, though she supposedly has a property in California. So that's okay, but they're going to have her register. They claim they're going to have her register and be moved by the time she actually takes the seat. But I guess she's a hardcore Democrat, all about abortion, and I guess she's pretty extreme in that sense.
And doesn't she fit the LGBTQXYZ something? But I don't know how she fits it. I don't.
I'm not sure.
She fulfills that. Check that box. So. Yeah, I mean, African American gal, and he said he was gonna appoint an African American gal and not somebody who's actually running for the spot. Which Barbara Lee, also African American, California, she actually is going to run for the spot. So yeah, how that's all going to play in California? Very interesting. But of course, California, as we've talked before, and I want to stay with this for a second. Do you have more to say about that? Okay. So, we talked about this before, but I don't think we aired this one. And that's the whole thing. And I'm still mad about Larry Elder, folks. I'm not going to deny that. And the Republican National Committee better let him speak at the convention, okay? Larry Elder. Cool guy, radio talk show host, lawyer by trade. He's the guy who ran against Gavin Newsom in the recall election a couple of years ago in California. And he lost. And they smeared, they said, you're the black face of white supremacy. What? And Logan, what really bothered me, and I really just want to rub in the faces of the people in Cali As you think you're so great, all the movie stars, George Clooney, and we're so progressive, and we're so above all those knuckle dragger Neanderthal Trump people, those deplorables between the coasts, the flyover states. Anyway, well, why don't we do a little history? Why don't we do a little history? Now, there's been some black mayors. There was a black mayor, Bradley, in L.A. for years, and Willie Brown, I think, in San Fran, and a good friend of Kamala's, by the way, Willie. Now look into that, folks. And Kamala is part black. She was elected a senator there. But you look in their history. Have you ever, California, the Golden State? Have you ever had a black governor? Oh, I don't think you have. Look, what? I mean, if Larry Elder was because he's a Trump supporter, he's a black-faced white supremacist. Okay, but then how about you? How long have you been a state? 140 years, 150 years? All this time, and you never elected a black governor? I mean, it could have been some progressive, whatever, Did you? Please put in the comments below. Let me know if I have my history wrong. I know Arnold was in there somewhere, and Pete Wilson, and Jerry Brown, and Jerry Brown's dad, and Ronald Reagan, and think they've ever had a black mayor. So, yay, Gavin! Yay, Gavin! You appointed somebody. Oh, you checked the box. Yeah, he's a real supporter of black folk. You buy that, people? Anybody? I don't care. You're black or white, whatever. You buy that? We check the box. Okay. Oh, so good of you, Gavin. So nice of you. Rich white guy who's positioned himself very interestingly. We don't know if he's running for president, but he's just kind of there, right? Like the sports world would say, he's kind of warming up off to the side over here. He doesn't know if he's going to get called into the game, but he's just kind of warming up. Doing a few warm up pitches. Just getting ready.
They're waiting for Biden to get knocked out, and once he gets knocked out, they're going to need somebody. Now, Kamala might cover for the time being for the end of the run, but she ain't going to run for re-election. They ain't going to let her run. It'll be Gavin. Gavin's setting himself up to be the main dog there. Which, in all honesty, I'm not a fan of him by any means, but the guy looks good. He can get the votes. I think he gets a good PR company. He's gonna be able to walk on top of all this BS that's been
yeah, man. I mean, you told me about Gavin, and after the second Republican debate, how he was talking with Hannity, and I went and I checked it out. Like, whoa, wow. Ooh, man. I always think Joel Olstein's going to have the horn start to pop up. But I think with Gavin Newsom, with the horn start to pop up, I think push him down. I mean, whoa, he's just so damn good looking, and he's just kind of laughing with everything, just going with the flow, and Hannity's trying to get him, but no, he's just, we'll laugh it off, go In-N-Out Burger, yeah, whatever, well, it's the oil company's gouging us, yeah, whatever. Holy cow, you're right, but man.
He looked good, man. He fit the part. Ooh, boy, he really fit the part. So, I think he's, like you say, he's on the back burner. They're waiting for Biden not to run again. He's not. Now, we talked about this the other day just because it's in my head now about a little conspiracy that I think is going to happen with them changing so you got to be, what, 36, 32 or something to become president?
I think it's 35, but
okay. So,
something like that, yeah.
You got a minimum age requirement.
Okay, we got a minimum.
Why wouldn't you have a maximum? I think next to term limits, this would be the next big thing to do. I think you should. You should. Now, with that being said, if they were to do this, what's Biden? Is he 80, 79?
He is 80, I think, about to be 81 here in the next few months.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's November or what. It's coming up, though.
So then you got Trump only, 4 years behind him?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's to say anyone past 70, you can't be president anymore? Because you're going to be past that. So he'd get knocked out. It'd be perfect for the Democrats because they have a lot more younger people going into their party. You got a lot more just people like that. The whole Squad 5 or whatever, they're all in like their 30s, 40s or whatever, So you got a lot of younger people going up. So it's kind of stacking the deck against Republicans. And there's a bunch of old white people for the most part. It's all old people. They don't want to let go of that power. So in my mind, I see them making this big change. One, it gets Trump kept out of the office, and then it sets them up to get where I see they're more prepared for just more younger people, for a younger party, opposed to the Republicans. I don't think they have that much of a clue.
Well, if this legislation comes up, you heard it here from Logan first. That's a pretty good one. And now, of course, all of the old guys and gals will be grandfathered in, and they'll get to
Until
finish their term. Yeah. So Dick Durbin, relax in Illinois. Yeah, you piece of man. He's going on. I don't know which term this is now. He's on his fifth term, but when he finishes this term, it'll be 30 years that the guy. Wow, man. Yeah, 2026. Dick Durbin, Illinois Senator Richard Durbin. Oh my God, King Richard. I think his wife's so obvious.
There's a shock.
Can you believe that? Oh my God! So we got so much going on, and then you got obviously we have Mitch McConnell, folks. And see, no, we're gonna be we don't like Democrats, but we're gonna leave the Republicans alone here. No. You're going to have equal opportunity offenders with these two cats, okay? Yeah, Mitch McConnell freezing up. Clearly, there's some problems. I guess the guy had some falls or a stroke or something a while back. Whatever. Clearly, Mitch needs to go. Mitch really needs to go. He needs to go. Now, good news, kind of. Mitt Romney, who you would have thought Mitch would be his name, right? When you heard that name, guy running for president back in 2012, right? No, that's a. No, I'm going to bring this all back, kids. But let me go down a Romney little detour for a second. Mitt, it's like Biff or Chip or whatever, Buddy or I mean, President Mitt. Like, what the hell is that? I mean, oh my God. Anyway, he says he's not going to seek re-election. He's not going to resign either, so he's still got to finish his term. And remember, the cats and the kittens, they got 6-year terms in the Senate, so they're a while. But yeah, so it's a good news anyway. But it was weird when he gave that speech a couple weeks ago about it because he kind of was listing all his accomplishments that they did. I was like, wait, you sound like you're running. You sound like you're running for something. And that was they might intend to go up a little bit about because you're talking about this No Labels Party. And I got this funny feeling, folks, as Logan has brought the No Labels Party. I know they've been around for a while, haven't really got a lot of traction yet. Just got that funny feeling they may come to prominence in this next election.
You heard about RFK.
And then we brings us to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who Logan and I don't know what I could say. I don't want to speak for you, but we're kind of supporters. We like the guy in the mix, shaking it up a bit, making it a little interesting, making everybody kind of question everything a little bit and who's on whose side and how is this going to affect things.
No, I agree. I think I don't know everything he says. The things I do hear, I like. I think he's a smart guy. I think if there's going to be a Democrat that I would have to vote for, it'd be him. I'm glad he's making this move. I know a lot of people like to complain about how, he's just taking votes from one side or the other. Yeah, but unfortunately, that's what's necessary. I know I don't know how independence works, how the independent party works opposed to like the Green Party or any other party that's kind of not made up, but like somebody who starts. You got to get so much of a percentage of votes during not the primaries, but
they have to be polling to get into the debates. Is that where you're going with
no,
this?
not with the debates,
No? Okay.
but as far as how the money goes. So our tax money goes
sure,
to
yeah.
the Democrat side and the Republican side, so they can have their conventions and the prominent leaders after we get the nominations, they get tax money to go on and. Which even blows my mind more. Yeah. I could understand if you need money to face somebody else on the same party, but why do you need all this money for? It doesn't make sense.
And they keep spending more. My wife this drives her completely bananas. How much money is spent? It is obscene, folks.
It is.
How much money keeps getting spent every election? It's mind-boggling. And if you think about it, and I think nobody does, but it's the biggest quid pro quo ever because most of the money goes where? To advertising, TV, radio, internet now. Media. So they're paying off the media legally and in front of everyone so that maybe the media is not going to go too hard on them, or if a bad story comes out, maybe they'll hit a wall at some point. And we'll talk. I mean, look what they're doing with Hunter. Some networks won't even talk about it.
So. I'd like to know how much money actually gets spent on these media. whatever channel, how much money, how much money are these networks get during the election campaign time? Like, how much money do you guys make in that 2 year gap, year and a half gap, whatever? I'd be curious to know. I think you'd be able to sit there and then point fingers at all. So collusion, corruption, whatever you want to
Talking
call
about
it.
collusion.
Yeah, right. I mean, obviously that's going for something. I mean, you're not just buying ad time. You're not buying TV time. You're buying votes. I mean, essentially you're just buying votes. Anyway, you don't need to go out on TV and do this. If I see you on TV, to me, I'm more disconnected with you because I've seen you on TV. Like Trump came to Janesville a couple times the year before. Even when that Paul Ryan guy would come by. I see it to be a bigger impact if they come to these towns, to these states, to these regions, regardless if I actually get to physically see them. But hey, did you hear Trump was in, or Biden was? All right, well that's cool. He's making an attempt. Now we saw this last cycle because Biden was out twice.
Campaign from the basement.
From the basement.
What a wonderful concept.
Outside twice. I mean, it blows my mind. And he had the most votes ever. More than the black man before him.
Very popular. Barack Obama, very popular. Yes. Ronald Reagan, very popular. Bill Clinton, his second term, very popular.
If you
somehow,
you can't see through that. You get what you deserve. Anyone who wants to deny that they're not saying there was full-fledged fraud, I'm not going down that road, but there were things that don't make sense and no one's actually questioning. They're just letting whatever talking head just say, oh, yep, that's just the way it is. Well, that's not the way it is. Something went awry. Something's messed up, and no one wants to look into it. So, do I think he's legitimately our president? No. Not until I'm giving more facts. I don't think. So, I forget where I was going with all this. Just a rant.
Well,
it bothers me.
Well, yeah, Dinesh D'Souza's got a documentary out there. I think it's called 2,000 Mules. I don't know if we're endorsing that, folks, but just saying that if you want to go down that kind of conspiracy realm, there definitely was some major ballot harvesting going on. There was definitely people who went into nursing homes, and I don't know if they had to hold somebody's hand and make them sign something, but
that hasn't been unheard of before, so it's kind of hard for me. When people want to bring that crap, you know what it reminds me of? Black Sheep with Chris Farley. And the dead people that were voting at the end of that movie, they blow the whole plan. That stuff like me, it's comical. But when you have water pipes bursting in tabulation centers, wherever the hell they were, and then no water action, no pipes broke because no plumbers were called in, no contractors to fix these toilets that blew up. But then we see on other videos that they're just pulling cases of
in the middle of the night.
I went to bed that night and Trump was winning. I woke up 4 hours later. All of a sudden, he was losing by quite a large margin considering the time frame. So we should be able to question that, and we should get real answers. And I should be able to question those answers too.
Well, I mean, the whole premise is ridiculous because first of all, people get all mad, like, wait a minute, but Hillary Clinton, she and many others questioned the 2016 election. She said there was Russian collusion, which made me really upset because, well, where the hell were our intelligence agencies that we're paying billions for every year? What they're just going to sit there and go, I don't know, well, we can't do anything. What are you talking about?
Oh, they were busy. They were busy making the dossier for her. So they were already on her side, which is great that those types of agencies are not being weaponized against political parties and pretty soon probably the majority of people in this country.
I think we have several elections, folks, that are questionable. I don't know what happened in 2020. I haven't really, done extensive homework on it. It smells funny. It looks very fishy. We do like to give our presidents 2 terms. It's some weird pattern in our country's history. We really do like to do that. It's quite a fact. And whenever we've had 1-termers, those have always been highly questionable, highly conspiratorial situations to show you how strong that wave is. I mean, the history of this is fascinating as hell, and of course, very few of the talking heads who get millions of dollars a year, David Muir and Jesse Waters and Hannity and the whole bunch of you never really go down this road. But I definitely believe, Logan, that many of our presidential elections have been rigged big time, and in ways many people would not expect. Now, some of it's a little obvious. I think 1960 with Kennedy, and again, I like JFK for the most part. Okay, when he beat Richard Nixon. Okay, let's see, him and his brother had something to do with Marilyn Monroe, but I'm just saying. I mean, her demise. Other than that, no, I like John Kennedy. So but the things I've heard and the stories and stuff and things that shenanigans that went on in Chicago, in Illinois in 1960. Again, so allegedly there's a lot of folklore. I want to call it that. That there's a lot of dead people that voted. Okay, and Sam Giancana, Momo, had a lot to do with that. He was the crime boss, one of them in Chicago at the time. Anyway, fascinating stuff. Lots of books were written about that stuff. Then you have these weird things that happen that aren't exactly corrupt, but they are corrupt. And that 4 years later, I mean, it was the craziest thing ever, man. I know you're like, well, every time they run, they mud at each other, they smear each other. But 1964, dude, 1964. This is Barry Goldwater from Arizona against Lyndon Baines Johnson, probably one of our most evil presidents, LBJ. And they showed a commercial. I don't know if you've ever seen this, dude. Anybody, look this up on YouTube. Look this up. I mean, you want to talk about throwing mud. You want to talk about a smear campaign. You want to talk about down and dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Holy cow. They ran an ad, and it was this little girl, and she's plucking these things, and loves me not, or whatever. She's plucking these things in a flower, and then in the background also you start to hear 10, 9, 8, 7, and then it goes to black. This whole commercial from 1964 was the idea that you vote for Barry Goldwater, we're going to have a nuclear bomb, and that little girl's going to die, and so are all of you. That was the point they got across, and LBJ won in a landslide. I mean, that's some crazy stuff. So that was an interesting one. 92, sometime we will go down the rabbit hole here with, and I really like to have a little fun with that sometime, because that's the one that none of you are going to believe me. I don't know if I'll get killed saying this one. At least I'm going to mess with some of you boys in Langley. I don't know, because you're going to like me after this one. But yeah, 92 was a wild one. That's where billionaire Ross Perot was involved. And he had the sitting president, George H.W. Bush, and he had Slick Willie. Yeah, Bill Clinton right there. Okay, Billy Blythe. Okay, I'm ready to take the spot. And it was just this crazy time, and we'll do a whole show on it sometime. But what I would submit to everybody out there was that wasn't Ross Perot coming in to help the Democrat win. That's how it appears to be, and that's what it was the direct result of. That was Ross Perot, Logan, my friend, coming in to help his friend, George H.W. Bush, to intentionally lose. And what did he do right before he actually left office? He had a couple of big pardons to do with the Iran-Contra controversy, and he pardoned some people. And of course, he went off into the sunset with Barbara to pave the way for a couple of his boys to run. We know W did run and did have a 2-term. Jeb tried, failed, but I don't think we've heard the last of the Bush family, put it that way.
You think Jeb's going to run again? You think he's going to try to do anything like
that? Trump just, wow. That was whether you hate Donald Trump, okay? What he did to Jeb in the 2016 debate. Oh my God, I was in my garage, I'm drinking like, what? What did you say? Those people are you kidding me? Those people are vicious, man. You better watch yourself, rich boy. Are you kidding me? Oh, wow. I'm pumping my fist in the air, and I wasn't the biggest Trump guy, okay? I was a Rand Paul guy in 2016. But, again, there was a lot of interesting stuff. We've had a lot of interesting races. And obviously, then you speed up to W. You look at W and 2000. I'm not an Al Gore fan, folks, but I don't know. I thought Florida in 2000 with Gore versus Bush, that's George W. Bush, the son, against Al Gore Jr., and boy, I don't know. I thought that was a little funny too. So the point is, we've had races that have been very controversial and have had a lot of elements of, is it something or is it nothing? Is there a little conspiracy going on there? Is there some kind of collusion or not at all? But anyway, history is fun. It's fun. It's interesting. And get back to Mitt Romney. Boy, and you brought up Paul Ryan a minute ago. Oh my God. I don't know. 2012. I mean, Barack and Biden were going to win. I don't think that was too complicated at all. I mean, it's just like, what are you kidding me? Mitt Romney, a Massachusetts guy, and then you get a guy from Wisconsin, but you don't get a guy who won the whole state of Wisconsin. He wasn't a U.S. senator. He wasn't a governor. I mean, take Scott Walker if you want to win Wisconsin at that time. He takes this twerp. And you talked about people getting out there and impressing the flesh, as they call it, kissing the babies and stuff. And I agree with you. They still do got to do that old-fashioned stuff and get out there. And I do give Paul Ryan credit. He has had some listening sessions or town hall things before, and I went to one once, and they almost kicked me out. And folks, it ties in with all this other stuff we're talking about. Because I said to the guy at the time, I said, you were around the same age. I said, our grandparents' generation fought and won World War II, and we're still in Iraq and Afghanistan. I want to say this could have been like 2009. This was a while ago. And he's like, yeah, so what? Our grandparents did more with less. Yeah, so what? That's what the guy legitimately said to me. The guy who was going to become Speaker of the House, folks, and a vice presidential candidate. I could have came up with some BS answer better than that. Well, we've had less casualties, and these wars are different, or all those different. I could have come up with something. I don't know if he's just tired, he's just lazy. But anyway, I thought he was I don't know, one of those many politicians that I have zero respect for. I don't think he did Mitt Romney. I don't know what Mitt Romney was thinking. You don't take someone from the House. You take someone who's won a statewide, okay, poli-sci kids, okay, you college kids. You take someone who's won a state. So hopefully you pick them as your running mate. They're going to help you get that state. It's kind of simple stuff here. So anyway, Mitt Romney, he's a joke. He's going to finish his term in Utah. Good luck, Mitt. In your next life, you're going to be Jesus on some other planet. That's these Mormons, what they believe. Wacky stuff, man. Good luck with that. I don't know. Maybe you know something we all don't. I don't know. Maybe I should become a Mormon. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So, term limits, I think, Logan, in crazy times we live in, we're so polarized, we're so separate, we're so angry with each other. But I think it's the one thing everybody actually could agree upon.
Except for the ones that are in Congress.
Who actually have to vote for it. But maybe you're onto something with this age limit. Yeah, maybe you're onto something like that.
I can't see why not. You can't. If you're too young to do the same thing, there's got to be you're too old to do it. But again, we have enough examples. McConnell, we got all the rest of them. So
it's crazy, man. It is. Yeah, this is nuts. This is really nuts. We may actually get America to actually agree upon something. So anyway, now October 4th. I don't know when this show is going to air. Maybe it'll be after the 4th. So maybe we're going to have a lot more to talk about. Holy cow. Now, you're a techie guy. I'm a caveman, folks. And so I need my kids to help me with stuff and friends like Logan to help me with stuff. So October 4th. Something? Nothing? What you got me a little worried, buddy.
I don't trust it. I mean, it's historically, anytime we've had some kind of test or planning, preparedness, something, 9/11, they happen to be doing military testing.
Was that NORAD?
No, it would have been all East Coast. In any case, they were doing military testing. That's why there was or training rather. There was no immediate jets in the area of D.C. and or New York because they were scattered amongst the northeast side of the country. And then you had during the first attempted bombing of the World Trade Center, you had them. They just so happened to be doing some kind of terrorist training thing at the time. There's lots of instances where things go bad as they just happen to be doing some kind of testing. Is that what's now? I don't know. I don't think we're gonna have a national attack maybe so much as they do their test. They did this last year, the year before last. They didn't do it. It was a smaller sample of
smaller scale.
Yeah. This time they say it's gonna be everything that's anything that's connected to the internet. You're gonna have your phones, computers, tablets. Damn near everything that's going to be. Now, my worry about this is one, like I just said previously, you always have something go wrong during these tests or things happen to happen. Mind you, what if the internet does come on? What if something happens with the internet? They had that thing last year sometime where the guy in Hawaii fucking pressed the button by accident and it sent the tsunami sirens out and people freaked out, and then they come, oh, he's wrong button. What's keeping that from the whole infrastructure, a whole cell structure? I mean, what if it goes down? It goes down for a half hour. You know how much carnage can be done in a half hour? As soon as you let the people know that there's no response times for you calling, you can't call the police, can't do this, can't do that. I think there's a big thing. I'd be scared of it. I am scared of it. It bothers me.
Good thing to have a landline, I think is what he's trying to say. Landlines still have a purpose. So many people have gotten rid of their landline to get down to just one phone bill. Oh boy, what a world. What a world, my friend. What a crazy world. Now, I saw a video, and again, Logan, there's, we live in this age where so many people can do so many cool things on the internet, and, is it something, is it nothing? And I'm going to say this wrong, folks. It was like they were using the word Tesla. We know what Tesla was. Tesla Fluorosis or something. Allegedly, Rice University is working on this. Again, I'm not saying any of this is real, folks, if you've seen it. But you've heard a little bit about this, Logan, where they're actually using frequencies and they somehow can control liquid metal.
Yeah, they did. I don't know if this is the same. If this is the same thing you're talking about. Some time ago, they had a video come out. It wasn't very long. They showed a little, almost looked like a pewter little Lego shaped figurine. It was in like a little cage and it had bars, and it pushes itself through the bars and then reforms on the other side, kind of like
Terminator 2.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Ooh.
If I can find the video, I'll put it in somewhere during this little tirade.
Who was that actor? Was that Robert Patrick? I don't know. Yeah. I think his brother's in a band, Filter. Anyway. Crazy world, dude. Lots of things going on. The shutdown, the government shutdown has been averted, or the can kicked down the road. Apparently,
another every cycle, every 2 years,
Oh man! Oh my god! And the market is not rallying yet. So the market's just kind of sitting there. Stock market, folks. I think the stock market is sitting there. What to do? So I don't know if it's, we could have a little crash here. We'll see. October, famous for crashes with the stock market. I'm not saying there's going to be one. Just,
It's coincidental that we're having some big communication testing. Let's remember all this stuff's happening on cellular networks. So that's like the backbone of our country right now.
We're just talking about it, folks. We don't know what's going on. I don't know. We're just two little guys out here, regular guys trying to figure it out. Just a couple Joe Schmoes here. So obviously, before you make any big financial moves, consult your financial professional, a licensed professional. Yeah, man. I mean, this is crazy. So we got a shutdown, government shutdown averted. They're gonna re-vote on this in November, I guess. I don't know what to think of Representative Matt Gaetz in Florida. I'm liking him more and more. He was surrounded by the press. I don't know if he was on a stairwell or what. They just surrounded him, and he took all of them right in his face.
So what's he getting all this recognition for? Because he wants to oust.
Yeah, he wants to oust Kevin McCarthy, the Speaker of the House, and he was one of the people that was really against McCarthy ever getting appointed to that, which I guess they had to vote for several times before he finally got it. It was insane, and he's trying to say McCarthy's more with the Democrats, and. Again, the bottom line is, folks, balancing a budget this is their job. This is one of the things they need to do. And it's going to be very difficult. And I hope Gaetz is for real, and I hope a lot of Republicans who, are very loud about this, I hope they're for real. Because to do this right, folks, they're all going to have to cut across the board. I mean, to do it right and to get it done. And, we don't seem to have the political will in this country. Everybody's just pointing their fingers at each other. Meanwhile, the debt's going up. And look at our money. Look at how inflated it is. When you go to the grocery store, you can't get as much for your dollar now. I mean, there's so much is happening. The other day was what some people are calling it Sunday, Bloody Sunday. You won't feel it yet, but we're going to feel it soon. I guess a lot of the student loan debts that were, they were, they were like paused for a while due to COVID. That's coming off, and people are going to start making their payments again.
The next big bubble to pop. Right before October, or rather, around that same time.
Oh yeah. So, that's got to have a big impact. If people had more discretionary money to spend and fuel the economy, and there's thousands of people or even millions with student loan debt, and they got to make those payments every month. I mean, that's a big amount of money to be taken out of the economy, especially an economy that's been hurting with inflation anyway. So I don't know. Lots of fun things to think about. The 10-year Treasury just hit a 16-year high. Is it something? Is it nothing? Who knows?
Well, what about BRICS and all their controversies? So I keep on seeing more countries are joining them. We got more war. I'm seeing a lot more in the sense that it seems like the media are getting a little bit more scared about this. So they seem like they're trying to push the narrative that it doesn't matter. We're going to be able to beat this. I don't think if it's as bad as it's going to be, and the majority of these countries are talking about going to the gold standard. I know the talk was local currencies, but I think they're all kind of getting on board.
Here, I keep hearing them a basket of currencies and gold in there, and you wonder if oil is going to be in somehow, or any other commodities are going to be in that basket somehow. This is what.
I know. I saw whatever country it was, Saudi Arabia or whatnot over there, that they are actually going to stop taking the dollar as of like a recent time coming. They're just going to stop taking the US dollar. So they're either going to do again, and whatever local currency they want to use, or gold in general.
So folks, if any of that makes your eyes glaze over, just smack yourself. This is important. This is very, very important, folks. The BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. That's what the acronym is for. And they're getting more countries to want to join them to get off of our dollar. We've had King Dollar. It's been the world's reserve currency basically after World War II, if not before, but definitely after World War II. And that's been a good thing for us, the United States of America, all of us folks. And we want foreigners to be buying our debt so we can finance this gigantic budget. But of course, these guys in Washington and gals, these jokers, these yo-yos, they don't get our budget, balanced, and so we have this mess. And then, of course, we're trillions in debt. Which, by the way, every year, folks, in the annual budget, we pay billions in interest on the debt. Now, some people out there like Paul Krugman, he's so smart, and he thinks it's no big deal. There's a financial dude I listen to once in a while named Mike Norman. He thinks it's no big deal. I don't know what's wrong with you people. The debt, to be in a situation of debt, is never a situation of strength. It's not a good place to be. It's not a good place for us to be as a country. Congress needs to do its job. They need to balance the budget. And that, Logan, gets into so many other wacky things, especially the Pentagon. I mean, this is a big place where our dollars are going to. And then, of course, all the foreign aid. Well, what's your foreign aid? You're nice relations. Look what's going on with Ukraine, folks. I mean, you better be thinking about this. I don't care if you got a D by your name or an R by your name. You better be thinking about this. And are we getting all the truth about what's going on in Ukraine? I think it's a topic, Logan, we're going to have to revisit here, I think, very much in the near future. I hope the doom and gloom stuff isn't true. But, I mean, what's his name, Anthony Blinken or anybody working on trying to work some peace deal out or just a ceasefire, and the Russians backing off a little bit, and tit for tat. I mean, this is not good, man. This is not good.
It's the next Iraqi war. It's going to go on forever. 10 years, easy, because no one's fighting to stop it.
Well, I hope you're wrong.
If you bring it up to stop it, well, you're I don't even know what the hell you are now. You're just against Ukraine, I guess. You're an asshole. I don't.
You're for Hitler, because Putin's the new Hitler now, and somebody's always got to be the Hitler. And okay, yeah, no, this is crazy, folks. We got Congress people being carjacked in Washington D.C. We got troubles all over this country, but Ukraine, gotta do Ukraine. Okay, well, we'll see here, folks. Also, that's a little funny thing with the Armenians and people from Azerbaijan. We got this little conflict going on there too. So we will definitely have to keep an eye on all of this, folks. And I hope that all of you do. If you care about the world, I got a feeling, folks, this big old world, it's getting smaller and smaller. What I mean by that is we got a problem over this part of the world. A lot of times people, oh, I don't care. I just want to watch my football. I want to go to the shopping mall, blah, blah, blah. No, these other problems over here are going to affect us at home and the whole world. So keep your eye on the ball, if you will. And we will be here to help you. This guy here, Logan, and your trusty friend Jay will be here with Controversies of the Day with Logan and Jay. Of course, right, buddy? Yeah. All right. Thank you as always. Please hit the subscribe button there and tell a friend if you like what you see. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day.